Alright, I'm back. You always need a beer when you have to do one of these. At least I do. Welcome back if you are back. If not, welcome. I am back again. My very first video got like 100 something views. It also got 6 dislikes because I put it underneath Kendrick Lamar's Grammy video, and I don't think people liked it. But fuck it, you know. And I'm back again because through perseverance and persistence, you shall achieve. I don't know if that's what is that? I don't know, man. Anyways, yeah, I'm here to give you my take and predictions and comments on the upcoming round of 16 Champions League. It's coming tomorrow, and I'm gonna give you my predictions, my aggregate scores, and yeah, just commentary, and I'm gonna burp again because that's what I do. Shout out to Molson Canadian. One day you'll sponsor me in this video or in a video because that's how I hope things work. Probably won't happen. Anyways, enough of that. Let's get into it. Juventus Tottenham. Now, an interesting game. This is a really good game between I think two well-organized teams with two really good managers. At least Maximilio Allegri, he's won something. He's proven that he's good. Of course, it's in Italy. People will say that, but Italy, nonetheless, whether it's this season, last season, it has been somewhat competitive. There always has been that at least one team chasing Juventus. And well, essentially, you can only beat what's in front of you. People say the same thing with Greece and Olympiacos, but this year currently PAOK is winning. PAOK, PAOK. I'm pretty sure my Greek friends at least call it PAOK. Same with Monaco last season. Anyways, I digress. A proven manager against a really good manager that still has to touch that silverware. Obviously, I don't think Tottenham will win Champions League, but nonetheless, Tottenham have a really good team. Their defensive spine, their midfield spine, they have a really good goalie. Like I was saying, defense and midfield are solid at Tottenham. You have players that are even interchangeable from midfield to the back, like Eric Dyer. You have, and even on Eric Dyer, you can say what you want about him. He can play midfield, he can play center back, he can play right back. He can probably even do a job at left back. Really good talent, really good player. On his day, he's one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. Or one of the best defensive midfielders at least. There's no doubt about it. And Juventus just aren't the same Juventus, the dominant Juventus of last season that went to the Champions League final. They aren't the same Juventus that went to the Champions League final against Barcelona now 3 seasons ago. There's just something missing about them. They have the pieces. They have Higuain. They have Dybala. Their defense is still solid. Of course, they got rid of, what's his name? Just went to AC Milan. Oh my god, how am I fucking shooting a blank here? Bonucci. He just went to AC Milan, or not just went, but over the summer. And they've been molding Rugani, and he hasn't been doing bad, I don't think. Obviously, he's not the same. He's still plying his trade. He's still learning the game. He's still learning how to be, that perfect defender. I don't want to say a mold of Maldini, because obviously not, but you know what I mean. A typical Italian hard-nosed defender. I don't think Juventus will do it. They haven't shown that they're good enough lately. Of course, they've been steamrolling teams in Italy, but they've been doing it for the most part with some struggle. And Tottenham, obviously, they have their own struggles as well. But I mean, Harry Kane is on fire. Son is having a really great season. They just bought Lucas Moura. Ooh, he can't play in the Champions League. But you know what I mean? They have a really good team, and like I was saying, the spine and defense. I'm gonna nick it to Tottenham. I'm going to give it a 3-2 win for Tottenham on aggregate. I think they'll go to Juve, they'll get that away goal, and then probably tie 2-2 at home or something. Second, Basel, Manchester City. I think this is an easy one. I think everybody's going to know or going to assume, upsets do happen, but over 2 legs, I think Manchester City get the job done easily. Under Pep Guardiola, they've looked incredible to say the least. The lead they have in the Premier League is fantastic. The style of play, the movement of the ball, they are incredible. They are incredible. There's nothing else to it. And they've added to their incredible roster as well with Aymeric Laporte and yeah, listen. They win, and they win convincingly. Now let me get to Basel just a little bit. Credit to Basel. I know them getting this far in a relatively tough group for them. They had Manchester United, they had Benfica, and they had CSK Moscow. Three really great teams. Obviously, they beat United in one of the fixtures. They destroyed Benfica, who, I mean, were just an embarrassment in the Champions League this season, getting no points and scoring maybe 2 goals. They had their goalkeeper scored 2 own goals. Like, it was embarrassing for them. And then CSKA Moscow, of course, they just passed them, and they did well with that. Basel's just they looked impressive in their group. A really tough team to beat. But at the end of the day, it's Manchester City, and the way Manchester City's steamrolling teams in the Premier League, I don't see Basel. I don't think many of us see Basel getting anything out of this. I'll say it's a 5-1 win on aggregate for City. Basel maybe get one for their home fans, but it could be even more than 5-1. Let's face it. Porto Liverpool. Now that's a big game. I think it's tougher than most people will think. Porto have been incredible this season, especially domestically. In the Champions League too. I mean, they've only lost to Leipzig and Besiktas, who we'll get onto Besiktas later, but they've been incredible in the Champions League especially. Porto, they've been having a really great season. They're basically undefeated in the league, basically undefeated in domestic competitions. Their only loss coming to penalties from Sporting, for Sporting Clube Portugal in the League Cup. So it's still it's tough to put that down as a loss because you lost on penalties. Their strike force is incredible. They have 5 incredible strikers. Musa Marega is having the season of his life. Who last year when he was in Guimarães, I was saying he's something special. Abubakar, he's kind of not fallen off, but he hasn't been scoring as many goals as lately. He hasn't also been playing, but I mean, he's still an incredible striker, and on his day he'll bang in goals like it's nothing. They have Tiquinho Soares, who's currently on fire, just scored a goal against Sporting in the cup, in the Portuguese Cup, and then also scoring 2 goals on the weekend against Desportivo de Chaves. They also got back Gonçalo Paciência from loan, who was having an incredible season in Vitória de Setúbal, and then of course they got Juarez from Lorient from France. They all consist of 5 elements, all of them, or 5 qualities. Powerful strikers. They're powerful, and for the most part, they're pacey. I don't want to say Suarez and Gonçalo. Gonçalo's great technically. I doubt he'll play against Liverpool, but we'll see what Sergio Conceição thinks of. Another incredible manager, I think, soon to be in one of the top tier teams in Europe. The work he's been doing in Porto has been phenomenal, but even before that, the thing he did in Nantes last season brought them out of relegation to I think they finished 7th or 8th or 6th or something. It was just incredible the work that he's done. Also in Porto, they have Brahimi, they have Corona, they have Danilo's currently injured, but Sergio Oliveira's currently been on the form of his life. And then in the defense as well, to handle elements to handle people like Salah, like Mane, like Firmino, even Oxlade-Chamberlain when he pushes forward. To handle those players, they have Philippe, who's a commanding, leading center back. They have also Marcano and Diogo Reyes, Diogo Reyes has been really impressive this season, to me at least. He's been winning the headers, he's been doing well defensively. And then, of course, even their fullbacks, Ricardo Pereira's a live wire, he's incredible. And then Alex Telles, he's been probably the best left back in Portugal for the last 2-3 seasons now. Simple to say, this isn't an easy feat for Liverpool at all. I've been noticing on Twitter, Liverpool fans thinking this was a good draw for them, an easy win for them. It's anything but that. No matter how good your front 3 is, the fact of the matter is your defense is shaky. Whether it's Klopp, whether it's the characters, I think now it's the players that you have. I think it's Klopp doesn't know how to set up defensively, and that's one thing that Liverpool need to be aware of, that this Porto team will beat you with power, with pace. However, that being said, I have a slight inclination towards Liverpool just because of how on fire Salah is, how great even Firmino was. Their play on the weekend against Southampton was incredible. Both their goals coming from the first goal kind of coming from kind of luck, but their second goal with the back heel from Firmino, that was disgusting. And of course you have Mane, who hasn't been doing well, but it's Mane at the end of the day. He's an incredible player, and there's no doubt about it. I'm going to nick it to Liverpool. I'm going to give them a 4-3 win on aggregate, and I need to speed this up because this has been 10 minutes. Quickly, Real Madrid, PSG. This can't be quick. PSG have an incredible team. There's no doubts about it, and Real Madrid have been struggling. The fact of the matter is, Real Madrid still have incredible players, and they're starting to slowly but surely find their form back. Ronaldo over the weekend just scoring a hat trick. Bale not too long ago was banging in some goals. I think Real Madrid are slowly but surely finding their feet. Let's face it, this is the only competition they have to focus on. They're 17 points or whatever behind Barcelona. They're not winning the league. If I'm not mistaken, they're out of the Copa del Rey. This is the only thing they have to worry about. Whereas PSG, sure, they've already won Ligue 1, but they still really have to compete for it. They're still, they still have to put in that effort to make sure that they do, and it's not a major collapse. But more so than that, Real Madrid just have the experience. Real Madrid know how to win this competition. Real Madrid, no matter how bad they're doing this season, they still have the players. And on big games, maybe not against Barcelona, but on big games, they know how to show up. PSG, I'm just not convinced by yet. Not yet. They can have Neymar, they can have Mbappe, they can have Di Maria, they can have Cavani, which are incredible players. Their midfield is really good as well with Verratti, with Pastore. Lo Celso is currently been playing in the midfield. I don't know if PSG are gonna opt for him, if Emery is gonna opt to put him in the midfield against Real Madrid. I'm not too sure. But the fact of the matter is, and they even have Draxler, but the fact of the matter is, you put their midfield against Real Madrid's, and I'm not sure they're winning. Their defense can be shaky at times. They can have Thiago Silva, and Marquinhos is a great young player. But at the end of the day, it's it'll be troubling for them to face Marcelo, for them to go up against Ronaldo and even Benzema, who maybe he'll finally step up. Bale's been doing well. Asensio has been doing pretty good recently. I'm gonna just give it to Real Madrid, but I think this might be one of the better games of the Champions League. I mean, it goes without saying, right? But I'll give it a 3-2 win to Real Madrid. It'll be tough, but they'll go through. Anyways, Chelsea-Barcelona, this is no competition. Chelsea's out. Barcelona's been fantastic this season. Credit to Valverde. We didn't believe in this Barcelona team early in this season, and what he's just done to them has been incredible. Paulinho, many people doubted him. I wasn't one of them. I thought Paulinho was a great player. Especially, I started watching him playing for Brazil in the World Cup qualifiers, and he was fucking incredible. He wasn't the Paulinho that was in Tottenham, and it makes you wonder, like, maybe it was the system that Tottenham were playing in. I mean, they were kind of making him like a center defensive midfielder. That's not his game, He's more of a box to box. He's been scoring goals for Barcelona. I think he might even have more goals than Ronaldo this season in Spain, at least. So yeah, credit to them. They've been lights out. I mean, they have a 17-point lead ahead of Real Madrid. That's incredible. No matter how bad Real Madrid's doing, the fact is Barcelona's winning their games, and that's what they have to do. And then Chelsea, of course, recently have been struggling. Morata is out for a while. I don't know if he'll be back for Barcelona. I know he's back in training, so we'll see. They also got Olivier Giroud, who, hey, we'll see about him. He's a good plan B, but, we'll see. They've just been struggling, but even if they were in their decent to good form earlier in the season, I don't have the faith in Chelsea to beat Barcelona. Barcelona are just too good. So I'm going to go with a 3-1 win on aggregate, 4-1 win on aggregate. It'll be close, but nothing Barcelona can't handle. Bayern Munich, Besiktas. Quickly on Besiktas, credit to them. Tough group for them. It was one of the groups where every team was sort of on the same level. Porto, Leipzig, and Monaco. Sure, Monaco were struggling. They were just trying to adapt with losing their best, not striker because Falcao's still there, but their best sort of or second best attacker, their more creative attacker in Mbappe. Rumors of Lamar leaving and Lamar getting injured sort of unsettled them. Bernardo Silva, who is one of their most creative players, leaving. Benjamin Mendy leaving. There was a lot of moving pieces in Monaco this season, and then of course Tielemans coming in, who I believe is going to be an incredible midfielder. The only problem with Tielemans is he is young, so he does still have to ply his trade. There is still that sort of allocated time for him to adapt. Now he's doing good, of course, but early in the group he wasn't. This isn't about. I'm not even a Monaco fan. Why am I? Anyways, what I'm saying is like it was a really tough group, and if I had to put money on it, Besiktas was coming fourth. The fact that they came first, that's incredible. I think most people would have thought that they would come fourth, third, maybe vying it out for the Europa League spot, maybe having a chance to nick second, but they came in first, and they came in first convincingly, beating Porto, beating Leipzig, beating Monaco. Credit to them. They're players like Talisca, like Quaresma, like Negredo was doing fantastic things for them. Ryan Babel, of all people, as well. Besiktas, credit to them. Hat off, if I had a hat. Great Champions League campaign, but it's coming to an end. It's Bayern Munich. They've looked unstoppable against with Jupp Heynckes. Sorry, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. And even with Ancelotti, I think they would get by. Their only loss, if I'm not mistaken, in the Champions League came with PSG, and that was when the team was kind of unsettled with Ancelotti. Yeah, they're just too good for Besiktas. I'm gonna say a 4-1 win to Bayern Munich on aggregate. But credit to Besiktas because they've had an incredible Champions League season, and they're 4 points off first. So maybe I'll do a video on how good the Turkish league is because I don't think enough people know about it. And then Sevilla, Manchester United. Manchester United they are inconsistent as fuck. They just signed Sanchez. He can play in the Champions League, so they have just signed Sanchez, who's going to help them out attackingly. Attackingly, is that a word? Romelu Lukaku, say what you want about his first touch. If you watch the highlights of the last game, and especially against Newcastle, you can see he's more than just a striker. He's not expected to be a great technical. Look at the guy. He's huge. He's strong. He's more there to hold up play. And if you see the way he distributes the ball, he's a really good distributor of the ball for a really big guy who's not that great on his feet. I think United will get this. I know I'm showing off like a Premier League bias, but I actually think the Premier League is overrated. It's just Sevilla. They're currently in 6th, 1 point behind Villarreal, and credit to Valencia. They're making Sevilla look worse than what they really are because of how great their season is doing, or how great their season is so far. Of course, Valencia had to deal with European competitions. Sevilla had to deal with European competitions. Valencia only focused domestically, but Sevilla just they won't have enough for Manchester United. They'll put up a fight. Of course they will. Mourinho's sort of pragmatic approach to the game will definitely, allow Sevilla to get into the game or sort of give themselves some chance. But at the end of the day, Manchester United are too good to be losing to Sevilla. I think, especially over 2 legs. Maybe they could lose one game, but they're not losing both legs. And then of course, Jose Mourinho. He's say what you want about the man. He's a genius. He's one of the better footballing managers. I think the only other one you can put ahead of him right now that's currently coaching is Pep Guardiola, maybe Jupp Heynckes, but we'll see. So I'll give Manchester United, it's either 2-2, they win on away goals, or 3-2. I'm going to go with 3-2. And then lastly, Shakhtar Donetsk against Roma. My only reservation between Shakhtar Donetsk, who's been having an incredible season, the only team to beat Manchester City up until a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, where Liverpool beat them. My only reservation, like I was saying, is their last competitive game was December 10th. Now, of course, it comes with its benefits. The players are a bit more well rested than Roma's players. Paulo Fonseca essentially has 2 months to review tapes of Roma, has 2 months to really study the team, to really understand the tactics. And Paulo Fonseca is an incredible manager. Let me just make that clear. So there is that advantage. There's also the advantage to Roma where they've been week in, week out, competitive, high intensity, so they'll be going at the front foot against them. There's also that fatigue element to them, though. So that's the only reason. It's a really tough one. Roma also aren't having the greatest of seasons. They're not doing terrible by any means. They are in fourth, 1 point ahead of their rivals Lazio, 1 point underneath or behind Inter Milan with their former manager Spalletti. But I think we were expecting bigger things from Roma. I think for most of us, at least I was expecting a 3-horse, maybe even a 4-horse race once I seen Inter Milan's beginning of the season for the Serie A title. Roma just never really. The start of the season was too slow. They've been inconsistent as well. Honestly, I'm gonna go with a Shakhtar Donetsk win. I think the time off. I think Paulo Fonseca will find a way to beat them. I'm gonna go with 2-2 aggregate away win for Shakhtar Donetsk. Now, that's that. I'm gonna probably do a Europa League. Hopefully, I'll talk less. Hopefully, this won't go for 21 minutes. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you come back. I hope I can somehow get some subscribers. It was fun to see. I got 100 and something views because I posted it I haven't even been like tweeting this out to like friends or whatever. I just posted this underneath some videos and had some people watching it. I got 0 subscribers from it, but fuck it. You don't get 1 million subscribers just off one video. Rarely you get 1 subscriber off one video. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys come back. I hope I can, do this a lot better in the future. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.